I mean, basically it's from the shit to Ace. That's the
Yeah,
type of situation. The
yeah. The
current version of
L80.
85 is the A2 version of it. It's much better
Yeah,
than the A1 version of it.
yeah. Though again, to be fair, the L85 is actually the assault rifle, like the one that doesn't break. So the L85 is actually okay. It still has its problems, like the M16, the M4, still jams, but it's not as bad as the L86. Apparently,
Yeah.
the L86 has an unreliable semi-automatic. No, it has an unreliable general system. The L86, not the L85, the L86 is no longer in military service.
Yeah, the reason why it's no longer usable is because it's fucking broken halfway through.
My guy, it saw, I think, like 2 years in training service and like a week in combat service. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, it's awful.
I mean, the L85 is also combat experience, but after that, it
Well,
basically
yeah, the
they have to
L85.
replace everything.
I'm talking about the L86, the quote unquote LMG version of the L85.
Yeah.
AKA the mistake on God that they tried to push off as an LMG. It's basically take the good Bren light machine gun, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and just like try to make it modern and bullpup and
Yeah.
have it just get its pants. It's not good. Though
But
most
yeah,
games will, yeah,
this is
yeah.
the version I have.
Oh, hey, that's not bad. Crit chance is good. LMG damage is good.
It took me a moment to get it in a game.
Uh-huh.
It's I mean, it works in a situation. If we had the assault rifle version, we would be much
Mm.
better off.
Yeah, and from the stat sheet that you showed me that one time, it is the third best LMG in the game.
I think it's the second best at the moment.
Is it? But what about that stat sheet you showed? Oh, yeah, no, it is second best. The third best is the infantry MG5.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Yeah. I don't know how I don't know why people fucking idolize British firearms.
I mean, some of them are good.
One other than the L85, which even that is no longer in service. It's used mainly for training, mainly for live fire training, but most countries use a version of the M4 or M16. It's not even a joke, funnily enough.
I mean, yeah. And they try to push that into the also in Finnish industry. That
Yeah.
so
So I'd
it's
rather see the AK turn into a military service rifle, to be fair. Like, yeah, the Russians do it, but like, I mean, come on, the AK isn't that bad, my man.
yeah.
Look, if the weapon calls for it, bullpups are not that bad. If it is designed well. I personally like the FN2K or the FN2000. I think that's a neat ass gun. It shares a lot with my favorite, like, really outdated LMG, the Maxim 1808. Wherein the fact that, the ejection port always has an empty casing in it. Where in the FN2000, it always has a line of empty casings in it. Don't ask me why it does. It just does. I don't know.
So the bad things about the L86.
Where should I even fucking start? God damn. The
Well, start at the
gun.
beginning.
Okay, the beginning. The gun. The L86 based off the L85, they wanted to make it into an LMG so that it can be used as a support weapon in congruence with the L85. Its older brother. But because this shit was rushed so bad, it was just awful, off the line. And they took it because, ooh, if the L85 was good, maybe this will be good. No! Not only does the 30-round mag not fit well with any form of a fucking LMG or light machine gun or a support machine gun, whatever,
It also it had the problem of being made of aluminum.
yes, where the L85 had steel, the aluminium, due to its lower melting point, fucking melted faster. That's why, if what you saw on the Wikipedia page, it had a near meltdown in the middle of combat.
Yeah.
Out of a 30-round magazine. 30 rounds! And it nearly exploded in a motherfucker's hands.
I mean, they kind of fixed those issues in the later production, but
Well,
at that point
yeah.
it was just basically just to let it go.
Yeah, my homie, they quote-unquote fixed it. They replaced the aluminium parts with steel, which is good, but they didn't fix the... Look, I get the Germans tried their hardest, but you can't take a literal piece of shit and turn it into a good weapon. That's impossible.
I mean, the 85 got the better treatment, which was just
Yes.
upgrade the whole fucking gun.
Yes, because the L85 was actually a decent version of the weapon. Again, like I said, the L86 is the quote-unquote younger brother of the L85. It was meant to surpass it, to, you know, actually quote-unquote be a better gun. But, no. It's bad. It's awful. It's shit.
The story
Like-
behind it is basically just that it was put into the service where it should not be.
My brother in Christ, it should have been tested more. It should not even seen service.
I mean, in the state it was basically brought in, it wasn't ready for service.
Dude, I don't even think the amount of oh my god. The only British weapon I like the most is the L96. The L96, you know, the WAP, the Arctic Warfare Precision Rifle, the WAPR.
Yeah, I know that.
L96A, that gun. And you wanna know why? It wasn't made by an entire company that made, oh, I don't know, the L85, which is good. It's the good older brother, but they made the L86, which is awful and deserves all the hate it's getting. It is a shit gun. Okay?
Well, also the company that was making it was basically, I don't want to build this gun anymore.
Yeah. Which, you know, they actually got out of gun making, I think. I don't think they make firearms anymore. But the company
Yeah,
that made
they
the,
kinda ended. The
yeah.
companies stopped working.
Yeah. But again, the company that made the L86, not the L80, the L96A, aka the WAP, the Arctic Warfare Precision Rifle, they were, from what I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but there were 3 motherfuckers in a goddamn garage.
No, it's actually true.
Okay, so yeah, there were just 3 dumbass motherfuckers like, you know what we should do today? Build the world's most, like, basically 1911 sniper rifle. It's so extremely reliable that it is good in any type of fucking environment. And they did. Fuck it, they did, my man.
I mean, they did it. It's basically just like, oh, why don't we just put this thing together?
Yeah, but the L85, yeah, I'm pretty sure the company at the beginning was like, yeah, this will be the next, like M4. This will be everywhere. Only the British adopted it. To be fair, the Steyr AUG, only adopted by, I think it's still adopted by the German and Austrian militaries.
I think it says just Austria
It's still
and
it's only
Australia.
Australia
Australia
has its own version. Australia has its own version. But yeah, it's a very good weapon. The AUG, very good, very reliable. The L85, it was good for what they had. The L86, don't even. If you're given an L86, throw it away and punch somebody. It'll be more useful to you to do
I mean,
that.
use it
than
like a
shoot
batting
that guy.
stick.
Yeah, use it as a fucking club, my man. Or, like, look, I joke about hating the British because, well, it's funny.
Mm.
But, like, the L86 is something I truly just do not like because of, like, its general it's just bad. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's like some weapons that the US made. It's just bad. And yes, I'll admit, some weapons from the US are shit. They're fucking awful and should not have been made. I have to remember what they are, but...
I mean, we can talk about the AR-15, the first version of it.
Oh, yeah. No, that
The
was
Armalite.
AR-10. Actually, you do realize that Armalite still makes the guns.
No, the first version of the basically M16, the Armalite.
Oh, the Armalite 16, the AR-16. Oh god, yeah, that one. That did not do good. But again, like
I mean, the story
like you
behind
said-
it was funny.
Yeah, but like you said, most firearms have a rocky start. Most of them will, and unfortunately, because of its rocky start, the Pancor jackhammer will never, unless someone picks it up again. The jackhammer, the cylinder shotgun that, kind of got updated to the R6 shotgun that was such a good underbarrel shotgun that people suggested they make it its own gun, which they did, funnily enough. They actually gave the underbarrel shotgun its own conversion kit to make it into a shotgun. It was that good. But we're getting off tangent. This whole thing was so that we could yell at the L86. But now we're talking about, like, actually good guns. Which, to be fair, is a nice change of pace.
What, do you want us to keep talking about the gun being
No,
so shit?
I
But
I
in
don't.
gameplay also, we need to talk about it in game.
Yeah. From what I'm seeing from your streamed gameplay, it's
It
as
would be
every other
much better.
LMG.
It would be much better if it was just the AR version of it.
Yeah, because the accuracy. Look, all LMGs, all if not most LMGs, follow the principle of accuracy by volume of fire. In this game, they do that correctly, where the longer you fire, the more accurate your gun gets. That doesn't actually happen in real life because, well, that would just break the laws of thermodynamics and physics. Like,
I mean, there are some
No.
guns that basically become more accurate when you fire more. But
Yeah,
for a certain
true.
period of time.
yeah. Well, modern weapons can do that. Like, it's not that hard, but also I don't want to get into it because me stupid. I don't want to think. I'm tired. But again, yes, some guns can legitimately do that. It doesn't break the laws of physics or thermodynamics. It's just a cool concept that people have figured out how to do.
Yeah.
Though the fact that some people think that some video game companies think that, because of something that the Maxim did with its quote-unquote variable gun rate of fire, which it didn't have that. It was just a little quote-unquote feature because of a thing that was on it that made it, apparently able to change its fire rate, but it would also break the gun faster if you did.
Yeah.
Like, even if you made it shoot faster, it would break the gun faster. If you made it shoot slower, it would break the gun faster. Because you were fucking with...
Basically, you were always fighting over which one would be better, having more fire rate and gun breaks, or having less fire rate but gun breaks.
Which is why many not manuals, but many people, like, teaching how to fire the gun told people not to fuck with the thing. You know how expensive it was to make a Maxim?
I think it was around the same price as today making. Or even
Yeah,
more.
the same price.
Back then
it was very expensive. Let's say in about today's money, it was about $250,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they make them so fucking reliable that this is not a joke, and I do not wish it was a joke. The Maxim 1808 still sees military service to this day.
I think they were well made by actually the time period they were made.
Yeah. You know, being the first ever, machine gun. And no, the Gatling gun that Teddy Roosevelt founded was not a machine gun. It was a crank gun. There is a clear and decisive difference. The difference? One, you have to turn a crank for it to fire, aka the term crank gun. And the other is completely machine fired, aka a machine gun. There is a clear and concise difference between a crank and machine gun. Though not a lot of people want to hear it, but those are the two differences. One, you have to actively turn a crank. You have to be physical in the firing of said gun. The other, you just activate machinery inside of it. So,
Yeah. Or more like you let the inside parts move freely.
yes. Oh Lord. Hey, what happened to using the L86?
Well, enemies. This is what happens every time I try to use it. Enemies start to spawn on my sides. And as you can, and as you can see, basically, AK much better. In my opinion, AK much better because it's a fucking assault rifle.
Well, that's the RPK, is it not?
No, this is AK.
Oh, that's the AK. Okay. But yeah, to be fair, L86 bad. We're gonna stop talking about that shit because you get the point. In games, they make it good so that people actually use it and they have a diverse set of firearms. I get it. It's a design choice. I'll never use it because I fucking hate the L86.
I mean, it would be a good weapon if it was made like the upgrade version of it. But I would say it wasn't that good because the magazine isn't. Every time I use the fucking gun, I run out of magazine because I'm expecting it having like 10 more bullets.
Yeah, dude. All I've got to say is that bullpup LMGs may work someday, but today, no. My homie, whenever you get the chance, just chuck that shit into a fire pit, my man.
I'm just gonna throw it in my stats and never use it again.
Yeah. Look, I get it's quote-unquote meta, but like...
We could actually farm the infantry MG5.
Or the regular MG5 instead of the infantry.
Yeah.
Which, how the fuck does an LMG or the MG5 have 50 round mags when it has a bag? That's so dumb.
Yeah, this changes now.
Yeah, please, for your sanity, change that shit out, my man.
Well, it's now in a stash.
Okay.
Any ending notes?
Actually, really. Ending notes, L86, don't ever touch it unless you want a meta, and even then, I will look down on you like the fucking cockroach you are.
Fires for cooking s'mores, son. Get a real weapon, son. Somewhere your father is weeping because...
I wonder how